Hello and welcome to the Binding of Isaac with TheEggBox, with me, Eden, and Nathan here.
Hi.
Bit quiet there, aren't you, Nathan? Are you laughing by any chance?
Oh, my stomach's hurting.
We haven't started yet. There's nothing funny to laugh at, Nathan. Why would you be doing this, Nathan? Whatever reason would you be laughing?
Sure, come on, let's go.
Well, we'll be playing with Cain, who's a pirate because he has an eye patch, and pirates are fucking badass.
Oh, I've done this like 10 times now, come on. Yeah, we had a few technical difficulties, that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, that's all we're gonna say. Too technical. Some human error, possibly, but you know, we're not gonna get into that because that makes us look a bit unprofessional.
Yeah, I've gotten tired of explaining myself over and over again.
You still want to go on about the Twitter feeds?
Yeah, Twitter. Yeah, well, that's important actually. It's a good job you reminded me because I'd have forgotten this time round. You'll probably notice we've been putting, or I've been putting, the Twitter accounts at the bottom of the video descriptions. At the time of recording this, it's only got mine on, but probably as soon as we've uploaded it, it'll have all the Twitter feeds on.
I've
possibly
just sorted mine out to be completely new, so mine will be on there also.
Yep, okay, so we'll have the Twitter feeds, and that'll be the best place for you to contact us in terms of recommending us games to play, getting involved when we decide to play with the community, whether it's just random games that we decide to record or whether we plan these. And the emails that we'll put in there too will probably be the best way for you to speak to any of us individually. Say you want to give me a good idea to wind Eden up, for example, but you don't want him to know about it until I put it in a video.
Don't do that, please.
Please do that, please.
Anyway, it'll also be a good place to give us any sort of feedback, or like Nathan said, any sort of suggestions for any sort of games you want us to play. And with that out of the way, I think it's fair to discuss that Battlefield 4 is quite big news with the real gameplay coming out today.
Yeah, I watched that today on my lunch actually. What did you think of it? I've reversed the now. You asked me last time.
Well, I'll still answer that, but it's kind of hard for me to say because, like I said before, which everyone else will not know of, is that it's because it's produced to sort of sell the point of Battlefield. You can never be too sure. I mean, like I said, it'll probably be the graphics look great. I mean, it was very polished. It looked fantastic, especially when he was going through the corridors with the water, like, and the light effects of the touch. But
keep going.
But just before I think, did you notice that every single Russian soldier with the Russian skins from Battlefield 3?
I noticed that some of them looked like snipers from Battlefield 3.
The assault guys, you know, with the like helmet, goggles on top, and then they had like the full bandana. Oh, the goggles were down actually. And I'm sure I saw like the suppressor with his kind of like is it bandana on when it covers your face?
Yeah, it would be like a form of bandana, yeah.
Yeah, but I noticed that kind of straight away. I was wondering if it's just because they wanted to keep the sort of like ideas of the enemies fresh from us, or because
whether they've just not bothered.
They're just being that sort of late. It's only been like, I don't know, how long have you think they've been working on this?
Well, I actually only heard of it for the first time off you I think it was last week at some point actually.
Well, I told you about the reveal thing, but do you know the Medal of Honor that came out? Warfighter.
Yeah, Warfighter. Yeah.
Well, that one said that if you pre-ordered or something, you would get the beta test, or you know, you get early access to the beta or something like that.
That was quite interesting because I was on their website earlier today, and it's actually only the PC exclusive that gets the beta, and you've got to pay an extra tenner from the actual retail game.
You know, I read that it's like you could buy deluxe edition, where you get access to the beta with it. But I didn't know it was actually going to be a PC exclusive.
Well, I had a look at the others, and it was the PC Deluxe Edition and the regular edition, and only the Deluxe one had the beta. And then when I was looking at the other consoles, obviously, because Xbox is still a real option for me at the moment. I'm still wanting it on PC, but I'd probably get it on Xbox as well for some unknown reason.
I'm probably only getting it on PC. If I upgrade my PC for it, I don't want to sort of splash out any more cash.
Yeah. Well, I work, unlike some people.
Well, yeah, you have the money for it, and I still want to fucking save money.
Hopefully, by the time Battlefield comes out, I won't need to work. Anyway, yeah, when I had a look at the other two, for the Xbox and PlayStation 3, it didn't say anything about the beta on there.
That's interesting. I guess it makes sense. I'm still what I'm curious about is that they said they're bringing it out on PlayStation and Xbox, and obviously, Mike, who is my doormate, when I was explaining to him, is like, I was wondering if they would save it for the PlayStation 4 or whatever the Xbox is going to be, because the problem I always thought with the Xbox one is that you only had 16 players per team, and obviously, I think it's 16, but the PC version had 32, so you had like 64 players, and that's a lot of players. So sort of like, not having that might include that it's still the same amount. And I was thinking, if you obviously have they're on the new console, yeah, the little tumour on your head.
Yeah, he looks happy though.
I know, look at him, he's so happy. But like the point of bringing it out on like the next ones is that you could have the same amount of players, just that it wouldn't be graphically better than PC.
Yeah, the extra power for the, well, we'll carry on calling
consoles.
it the Xbox 720 for now, but and the PS4 would be would allow you to have those extra players. I mean, that's been the biggest selling point for the PC version for me. The fact that you can have a lot more players in the matches.
That's what I mean. I thought it's like they would have done that, because then it's like you sort of don't get a benefit for having it on PC almost, that other than just that you will have much better graphics. So I found it quite enough, because if it is anything like, if it's meant to be even more graphically like enhanced and stuff, I don't see it being on Xbox and PlayStation 3 being that different from Battlefield 3.
Yeah, because there's not much more they can do compared to what they've already done.
I know,
because they've
with
not
PC,
had a software upgrade.
Yeah, with PC it's upgraded. It's always upgrading and stuff like that. That's why it's obviously just better to have. But with the PlayStation 3 and Xbox, it's still in the same position. So it's like, is that going to work?
Are they just stood there?
Because
never mind.
there's no way for them to get me. They just stand there, and I hate those things.
Oh, were they behind the?
Yeah, and there was little poos, and they couldn't get past it.
Oops.
That's what, yeah. But no, it's interesting to see. I didn't see anything that was new to it, other than that sort of like hybrid scope. Sorry, he had like
really interesting. That
I don't know, because I've seen it on other
idea.
things, but it almost seems like the idea that might be a bit too overpowered. I mean,
well,
go on.
I'll let you finish.
Well, it's like because it's like an ACOG scope, and then he like on the side of it he has like an ACOG one, and it's like, yeah, that's cool because you have long range, then you can have close range. But for people like me who in Battlefield 3, I use the M16 with a 3.4 scope, and that's already really good for me because it's sort of, different. But having like a really long range and then a shorter one would make it really kind of overpowered for me, because like I could do things in short range, and then I could do it in long range as well.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from, but I suppose my preference, because I love to use ACOG scopes on assault rifles, but I always find it a pain in the ass when I run into people at close range, because my automatic response is to look down my scope, and obviously with the new the new attachment with the the iron sights and the ACOG, that would allow me to do both. But I can see where you're coming from, saying it's overpowered, because I would be able to engage anyone at any distance then.
Exactly. I mean, it might be a story only thing, which then I guess I wouldn't mind, because it's like the problem I think people is like, oh, it should be realistic, because like a game should have a balance of being fun and realistic.
Realistic and fun. I mean, a game could be realistic. Yeah, that means you wouldn't get any respawns.
Yeah, exactly. But
it completely defeats the point. It should be realistic, but it shouldn't be real.
But yeah, I just find it's like, being too real or being too overconfident, because that's what I always thought was the problem with the Call of Duty. I mean, it's not going to say it's like Call of Duty 4, people are going to be like, oh, that was a game, that was the best one. Yeah. And when playing it again, I could see why. It's because it's so sort of simple compared to the new ones. It's not overburdened, it's not stupid, there's less things to fix almost, because they're so basic, because it's like you could, it was like red dot, ACOG, then you get your sort of grenade launchers, I can't actually remember what else you could get for attachments.
I can't actually. It's been that long. I've not played Call of Duty games in a while, apart from obviously the videos that you're going to see posted. Spoiler alert: we're going to do Call of Duty. But yeah, other than them, I don't really play them anymore.
Exactly. It's
I
like,
think it was Bad Company 2 actually managed to convert me from Call of Duty.
yeah, that's pretty much Nathan is the one who got me into the kind of Battlefield series, because why don't you tell them the anecdote of you flying your helicopter for the very first time?
Well, to be fair as well, this very same story is the whole reason I decided I was going to get good at piloting vehicles in the Battlefield series. And I think this was still back in the beta. No, I played the beta.
No, you have the game then, I think, because...
Yeah, I played the beta, and that's what made me get the game, because the sniping in the game looks a lot more realistic, and as far as playing first-person shooters in terms of whenever me and Eden play together, you know, I'm always sort of like a support role, I'm always a sniper. But in stuff like Call of Duty, you don't get rewarded for it as much as you do in Battlefield.
See, I played the beta of it, and I didn't like it at first. It's because I couldn't get into it, because Battlefield's not a game you can sort of just get into like Call of Duty. You know, the way the engine is so much different. Like, you know, you have roles and stuff. With Call of Duty, you just pick something you sort of like, and then you go with it.
It's so much more team orientated as well. But because I was a sniper, that wasn't a problem for me, because a lot of snipers do just play lone wolf.
Sniping in Call of Duty, I think, has sucked for like a long time.
It's
never
definitely
been good, to be honest. Because like, you know, the 160 no scopes and shit like that, it's just like, yeah, that's great. It doesn't feel like a sniper. But when it comes to sniping, Battlefield is just that bullet drop. You feel like a professional when you get a proper headshot with that weapon.
So I was just watching the bomb go towards you. But yeah, that explains why I got into Battlefield, but that doesn't explain what Eden was getting at. Basically, the first time I played Battlefield, once I owned the game, I saw a chopper, and I'd never flown a chopper before. I loved the idea of just being able to pick up our team, drop them in the heat of it, you know, give them cover fire with the miniguns. I thought, well, that's something that really appeals to me. So I thought, right, I'll get this chopper, I'll take our whole team in, we're going to dominate. I got in, it was a Blackbird, so I think you can get 4 other people in other than the pilot.
I think you could get a pilot, 1 in the seat, 2 in the back, and 2 on the gunner. So you could have quite a few people, yeah. 2
gunners, 2 passengers, and then you get like a co-pilot. So that was 6 people in this one chopper. And keep in mind, I've never flown a chopper before. I go straight up. You know, doing well. Straight up. Front of the chopper goes all the way back. I end up upside down and blow up instantly. Kills everyone in the chopper.
See, I remember this story and told to me, and I was like, this sounds like a lot more fun if I was playing with someone, because that's what me and Nathan agree with. It's like, playing Battlefield on your own isn't as fun, but as soon as you get teammates or friends to play with, it becomes the world almost.
The amount of games we've had when there's been 4 of us and we've got a whole squad and we've literally just kicked ass, we've carried the whole team because they've not been focusing on teamwork, but we have, and we communicate and we know where the enemies are and we know what the best objectives to go for are.
Exactly.
And that's what makes Battlefield. I mean, it's not as fun on your own, but you can play it on your own.
You can never play it on your own. You can still have fun, but it's like the best moments is when you're like with a teammate and you're doing things. I mean, I'm sure that people have heard of like this. Is it Team Javelin?
Javelin Squad.
Javelin Squad. It's where you have
so much fun.
Exactly. You have one sniper who has what's it called, the SOCOM?
Oh, can't remember the soft something. I'm sure someone's going to correct us.
Well, it's a laser and designation thing that targets designation that targets like vehicles, and obviously in Battlefield, some like you can get a rocket that targets air vehicles only, and then you get a javelin which does ground vehicles only. But with that, you can target air vehicles with a javelin, and when you get a teammate to do that for you, and you get the javelin out, and you take out a helicopter, it's the most satisfying feeling you can ever have in that game.
It also changes. It's a soft one, by the way. Just remember.
Soft one, yeah.
It also changes from it changes the way it fires. So instead of heading straight to it, it goes straight up and down from above, which makes it a 1-hit kill on tanks rather than 2. But that's why it takes out air vehicles as well in 1 hit, and it travels a lot quicker when you've got a soft one.
See,
but it's so much fun. Like originally you think, oh, you know, I'm a sniper. I've got the self lamp. I'm not getting any kills. My teammate's getting all the kills. What am I getting? I'm just designating. But it's nothing like that at all. I think the first time we did it, I had the rockets. Did I, Eden?
No,
and
the first time I was the engineer with the thing is.
Yeah.
I can't remember what map we first time we did it, but we were taking out every air vehicle when it came, and.
Oh, it was the horseshoe.
Wake
map.
Island.
Wake Island.
We did,
oh my god.
We did a few on that. I just remember watching, like, I designated a helicopter, and I just saw the rocket go up, saw the helicopter go behind the island. Then I just look in the corner, because that's when, obviously, when you kill people, it tells. Then it just says like Animus, which is Nathan's gamer tag, killed 2 people, and it's like, that's it. That feeling of like knowing you did that with your teammate. It's like.
The funny thing is, if you were to ask me to describe one of the best moments doing Javelin Squad, I was going to say that exact same one. The one where it went over the hill, and then we had no idea, and you just look at the corner, and all of a sudden it just says Animus killed, and then the 2 different players' names. It was just so good.
See, I know people complain about both Call of Duty, Battlefield, and I can see why. You know, it's modern, boring shooters.
We're not trying to take sides. We're just obviously showing our preference.
Call of Duty. There's no otherwise. It's been the same game. They've just added little things. They haven't done anything with that game for years, and it's disappointing because like, I loved Call of Duty 4. To be honest, Call of Duty 4 is probably what got me into like the idea of online gaming and stuff.
I think it was Call of Duty 4 that got me into first-person shooters, and that was because you got me into Call of Duty 4.
Yeah, good times. That does remind me, because on Call of Duty 4 I used to play hard mode a lot, and I was playing with my lovely friend Nathan here, and we were sneaking around.
Oh.
And he had a Desert Eagle out, and I went, because I was sneaking behind him, I went, right behind you. So instantly, he stops, turns around, shoots me in the face, and kills me. I was like, what was that for?
Ever. One shot kill.
That was probably like the best shot you've ever made in that game, and it was towards me, behind you.
You never come up behind someone and go, behind you. And obviously, it was to say, you know, I'm behind you, so shoot. Instantly, turn around, headshot, boom, oh shit.
It was so perfect though. You just went, stop, turn, boom, and I was like, why did you just do that? And you're like, I thought you were the enemy, and I was like, why would you think that?
It was just one of those moments that you couldn't have written that stuff. You couldn't have scripted it. It was just perfect.
It's so funny.
But it's moments like that why I love gaming review. We make such a great team, but we have so many funny moments.
That probably was the funniest moment, because I remember the pure anguish and hate I felt for him that moment. Because it's just I was just like looking at the screen going, what did you do that for? And Nathan was like, oh, I didn't mean to. It was by accident. I was just like, I couldn't control my rage.
You killed me, Nathan. But I didn't mean to. You said behind me.
Oh, good times. But anyway,
I think it was you who actually got me good at piloting choppers. You know, when we did that co-op mission, and you actually told me what all the stuff on the screen meant when you were in the cockpit. So it was the co-op mission on Battlefield 3. You know, when you're both in the chopper.
Oh yeah. See,
and all the lines and everything, I originally didn't know what they meant. You know, with your elevation and your tilt.
Like,
and you told me, and then after that, that was it. I think that was the best mission for me to play because it got me to pilot choppers so well.
See, when we actually play the game, it's like Nathan is by far my dedicated driver. It's like when every time I'm in a helicopter, he will drive because he is fantastic at it more than I am. Because I really am not that good. I can't get into it almost. It's like I need the time, and obviously in a Battlefield match, you do not have the time
to be able to. You need the time to be able to practice. I was lucky because when we did the co-op missions together, I was the pilot, so that gave me the practice I needed. And I also helped your brother do it because he couldn't pilot for shit.
No, he couldn't do it. But talking about kind of vehicles pilot, when it comes to tanks, I'm the complete master of tanks.
Oh, by far.
I've taken out helicopters in the air with my tank, and I just feel like they're absolute badass.
And you're still a bastard for that, because let me explain. Right, we was on. I can't remember the. Was it the Devon Peak mountain where you go through the mountain?
Peak or something like that, where you start up at like the hill and then you can jump off, and then you're in the facility. Then there's like the massive tunnel with the other one. and
Yeah,
me and
we need
Nathan
to
were both in a
stress we were
tank
playing-
together.
Yeah, we
sitting
were
there
playing
in the middle.
Conquest
Yeah, we
because
played
the map
Conquest.
changes for Rush, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. But yeah, we were
but
playing
yeah.
Conquest. We were sitting in the like tunnel. I was in my tank, and at one moment, like a helicopter just kind of flew down in front of us and started shooting us. So I just shot out of the air quite casually because it wasn't hard to hit. But then another one kind of flew past, and Nathan kept shooting it because he was my secondary gunner.
I
And
was
it went
so close to
He
taking
was so
it out.
close, but it went behind the building. I just went, wait, kind of went up my thingy, followed the building, and I shot. It goes flying over the building, and then I just get killed, and I was like, I'm the most beautiful player ever.
I've got to admit, that was amazing. We couldn't see the chopper. All you saw was the explosion from behind the building, and obviously in the top corner it says like "Wing killed whoever it was."
That was a beautiful shot, though. I didn't start spamming anything. I waited. I was like, he has to be here now, and I was so right as well.
It does. It feels so much better when you actually time the shots. When you actually think about it and you think, right, he's gonna. It applies for anything, like no matter what weapon you're using, sniper, whether you're using a tank. If you wait, it's so much more satisfying once you actually get them.
Tanks are probably my favourite vehicle. I'm so good at the bullet drop. I mean, I'm not trying to brag or anything, but it's like I've got so used to the bullet drop, I can really estimate. Like, usually I do the fire, and then it's like, okay, it's that distance, a little bit up, and I usually, if I'm in a tank fight, I will usually win the fight because I can shoot and move at the same time. But
I remember.
we'll go on.
I can't remember what map it was. It was one of the Back to Carcland ones. I think it was the city, when we were defending one of the points, and I had the tank, and you were obviously on foot, and you were behind me. And
I think I know what you're talking about.
And ran you into a car and basically squashed you against the car.
No, it was you started reversing, and then I was behind him, so I couldn't move. And then he reverses into a car, which then explodes, killing me. And I was just like, "Why did you do that, Nathan?"
Because obviously friendly fires off, so me reversing didn't kill him. But it was just the image of me pushing him into a car. It just stuck in my head, just me crushing him. But obviously it was the explosion of the car. It was so funny.
So I've got bad cars.
Is that a negative one, I guess?
It literally is almost like an effect. If something's near it, it'll get poisoned. But it's not
Oh,
bad or anything.
That's good then.
But yeah, I remember that match because we did really well because of us.
Yeah.
Because we just
so many
defended.
times we've done that. Just more pills.
Balls of steel.
Awesome.
But talking about kind of vehicles, obviously, if anyone has followed the Battlefield 4 trailers or anything, you had those sort of 3-part ones which were meant to sea, air, and land.
Yeah,
and
land,
obviously the
sea
had a submarine, so I'm thinking that they're going to do a lot more sea battles than before. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about it today, and based off, the new game mode they released with Endgame, what was it
Air
called?
superiority.
Air superiority.
Yeah, that one.
I was thinking, well, maybe they're going to start including game modes where it's just air vehicles, just submarines, just battleships or whatever. Obviously, it'll be very difficult to do battleships and stuff. It's
the huge.
they have like 100-man crews and all that, but something similar to that, and it kind of made me think that maybe they might stop having air and sea vehicles in regular fights. So it'd be a separate fight altogether.
No, it could be. That makes a lot of sense.
I mean, I wouldn't like that. I'd prefer it so it was all in one. But I'm thinking they might have game modes where one of them you're on land, one of them you're on in sea, one of them you're in air, and that's it. So I'm not quite sure what they're going to do with it, and it's obviously hard to speculate at this stage because there's not much to go off.
Well, considering it's going to be out in autumn, apparently, something like that, we're going to see something at E3 or something like that.
Yeah, we're going to start seeing a lot more lately.
I still think it's a bit early for it, because they've literally just released, like, the endgame content and stuff. I mean, that means they've been working on that, as well as making this. So it almost worries me that they might be, like, just making a Call of Duty sort of
dividing the resources.
I mean, I do love DICE. Well, not love, but I do prefer them as a company.
Why don't you just marry them then?
I will, thank you. I wonder if gay marriage is legal Swedish. Anyway, but
to whole teams.
but I think they're a much better company when it comes to their product.
Yeah, it's hard to say obviously because I've not played a lot of dice games, but I've never really been let down in terms of quality for a dice game.
Well, that's it. They're much more better balanced than any other game. Excuse me. Anyway, like if anyone played Battlefield for a long time, you've probably had the problem of the USAS and the frag ammo, because that was ridiculous. No matter you could get shot like miles away, it would fucking hit you, and it would hit hard, and it would almost kill you. It was so impossible, and then obviously everyone uses it, so it's like it just completely beats the point of the game, and it's just completely utterly retarded.
I mean, you could see why people used it because it was.
Oh yeah, you can understand why people use it, but it's like I said before, it's like, making it realistic to actually gameplay-wise.
Make it fun, yeah.
Exactly, it should have a balance to it, because then,
It's like the slug ammo from Bad Company 2. You could snipe people with a shotgun.
I remember, I can't remember which map, but it was one where you start off at like a little island, and then you can go inland.
Yeah, you can get a boat over to the mainland.
Yeah, it was a tropical level, but I got sniped by a spaz shotgun, and that doesn't work. I don't care. He was miles away, and he was a sniper as well. So I was just like,
yeah.
Well, I couldn't believe. I was literally stunned. I was like, how? That's not possible. That doesn't work. The ammo would miss me, and I just like left that one because I was like, people are just gonna be doing that. But and I always had a problem with Magnum ammo and Bad Company too.
See, I didn't mind it so much, but that was only because I used it on a sniper, and all that did was reduce bullet drop. It didn't actually increase damage
like it did for other classes. No one didn't use it, and that was always my problem. Games should be that's like you can use everything and still have a chance of winning. It's obviously if you use it efficiently, like if you're skilled enough with it.
Some perks or whatever you want to call them shouldn't be better than others.
Exactly, and it's like that's all that people use. People just used Magnum, and then that was it. And it's like, I don't think that's how a game should work at all.
Anyway, rather than us whining about the past, what would you like to see in Battlefield 4 the most?
That's a difficult choice, to be honest, because it's like I enjoyed Battlefield 3 on the Xbox. Like I said, the only reason I didn't get it for PC, well, my PC isn't powerful enough for it, but it's because Nathan here didn't have enough powerful enough PC. So it's like I wanted to play with him. I wanted to play with my other friends who had it. So I couldn't. If I got on PC, I'd be playing on my own, and then I wouldn't be playing it because I obviously didn't have friends to play with. That was pretty stupid of me. Shut up. But yeah, it's like that was the only problem. And it's like I said, if the problem I think of bringing it to like the PlayStation 3 and stuff is that I think it's going to be limited like it was before.
Yeah.
And I think that's a problem.
It's going to have the same constraints, yeah.
Because I mean, it's like what sounds better? It's like you have a bit of graphical restraint. It still looks good, but you have less players. Or would it sound better? It's like, oh, this is almost just the same with PC, just that it isn't better graphical.
Yeah, I would much rather have the same game all round, but slightly different graphics than.
See, that's it.
Obviously, having.
Sorry.
Go on.
I was going to say the risk. It's like the loss isn't that important. I mean, really, we do like better graphics in games, but it's like if someone said, "Oh, this is going to be a little less good graphics, but it's still the same game, same content." It's like that's great. That's good for people. The people don't feel like they lose out then. And that's what I always thought about Battlefield. It's like I felt like I lost out because I bought an Xbox because
it felt like you had less content than other players did.
Exactly. We found a secret room. That's just
nice.
Let's see what I got.
Steven Lives.
Oh, I got a skull. That's a crap one.
What's it do?
When your health is low, it'll teleport you out of the room. Oh, joke! I like this one now.
Oh, cool.
It doesn't give me anything good. That one's like the Necronomicon from Evil Dead. And
well, the Necronomicon is known quite worldwide. That might have been where it originated from. I have no idea, but
I don't know. But it's very famous with not Left 4 Dead, Evil Dead, should I say?
Evil Dead, yeah.
And that one gives you like I think 9 lives. You get 1 HP, but when you die, you come back. So it's pretty crap and useless, to be honest. Anyway, what are we talking about? Oh yeah. Battlefield 3 on Xbox I think lost out with its fewer players, and that's what I think was quite bad about it. Cause I would love to play, 64 players. It's like, that sounds amazing.
Mm.
Because imagine like the head sickness and stuff. It'd be fantastic.
Well, I remember watching. I used to follow the Battlefield feed on Facebook. I don't think I do anymore, or I may do, and they've just not posted recently. But I remember they used to post like videos of little highlights that people sent in, and there was one where someone got, I think it was 10 kills with C4
Oh,
in
I love
one
that one.
explosion or something.
That was,
Yeah, it was on
they were in Operation Metro, and they were all
in the subway.
the middle bit where you sort of where the escalators are, which I'm sure everyone is very fond of.
It's where Point B is on Conquest.
Yeah, it's like behind there, and there's just a shit ton of people. He runs up, throws C4, blows himself up, but kills like 10 of them. It's so beautiful.
And but it was moments like that you never got that on Xbox.
No.
And you needed PC to be able to get so many more. Why is she a different colour? Sorry, I'm just going to interrupt.
I don't know. It's like I said, you get special enemies like that, and sometimes you get bosses like that, and I don't know if it's like anything different.
But yeah, it felt like I was missing out slightly on Xbox because I didn't have that opportunity to have those huge battles like you could on PC.
On PC, yeah.
But we both agreed we're both getting it on PC this time around, aren't we?
Yeah, this time we're gonna upgrade well, Nathan doesn't have a PC. He has
I'm
a
gonna
laptop,
actually get a PC.
But he's gonna get PC. We're both probably gonna look up computer parts and stuff like that. And I just need to upgrade mine because I think my motherboard processor's fine. I just need the gigabytes of RAM and the graphics card itself. But that, to be honest, like that will cost me probably maybe even less than 200 quid, and it's like that's pretty reasonable. And that'll probably last me as well.
Yeah, it's not like you've got to get like the whole setup with the hard drive and screen and stuff. So.
I've got my screen, I've got my speakers, I've got my tower, I've got my hard drive and space, so it should be relatively fine. I still need to get like a new hard drive and stuff, but that's well for videos because Fraps and its amount of data it gets per minute is quite ridiculous, and it's not fun either. So I need to get like a hard drive specifically for videos.
Getting like 2-minute videos of 4 gigabytes of size.
That's hideous. Though it has been better lately when we were doing like stuff like Left 4 Dead and all that.
Yeah, I think it depends on the screen resolution and whatnot.
But anyway, what else would I like in thingy? And I would like you said to me earlier today is destructibility would be a bit better. Yeah.
I mean, I think we both spoke about it today, what the pros and cons of what Bad Company 2 and Battlefield 3 did with the destructing. With the destruction.
It's like, Bad Company had pretty good one because you could blow up houses and stuff, but it was
more predictable.
It was more predictable. It was always a specific area. Battlefield 3 had more variety in its buildings, and therefore it was less predictable, I think.
But there was less buildings you could actually blow up completely.
But I do think like terrain could be very different on locations, which I used to like. Because I mean, like you could do one battle where you still have all the buildings, or you could do it where it's just leveled and it's just like I always found that really cool about Battlefield. It's like, depending on the people who are there, they would actually, the destruction would be destroyed or it wasn't, and that would actually change the environment because like how you use it. Because obviously, if you're building, you're probably going to go up and have a high vantage point. Without it, you don't, but you can use the building as covers and stuff like that.
I think the best example for that is probably Terran Highway on Rush, on the first point that you have to take, because it's basically just like a camp of 5
I'm just going to stop you, but do you know what this is, Nathan?
Is that your...
Cancer! Finally! That's just what I always wanted.
Eden's finally got cancer.
Finally. Guess who didn't quit smoking?
How?
Yeah. I was talking to him the other day and he went, let me put my fag out, and today I went, wait a minute, you were putting your fag out because you lied to me. But anyway, Terran Highway was it?
Yeah, sorry, Terran Highway. The first point you've got to take on Rush. It's probably the best example for it actually, because there's maybe 4 or 5 buildings that are all dotted around the objective, and you can blow every single one of them up. And once they're all flattened, it's so much harder to defend that point, but it's also so much harder to take it because as soon as you get there, you're spotted from all sides.
See, I did like Battlefield 3 for its for most of its variety in its rush modes. Because I mean, I loved Operation Metro because you were in the park, which is really cool, and then you go through the subway. You come out of the subway into like a city, and well, not a city, but like, you know, a square almost.
Yeah.
And it was just the environment change. I always thought was really bloody good.
Yeah, it didn't feel like you was playing the same map the whole way
See,
through.
because Rush on like Bad Company felt very much samey in most areas.
Yeah, because it basically was. It was just the same map, but it just got bigger every time rather than moving on to other key points.
Exactly. It was like you obviously feel like a jungle or something. Like you still be in a jungle. And it's like it's not. It obviously wasn't bad at the time because that's kind of what you expect. Woo. But yeah, I loved Battlefield 3. Definitely for its sort of environmental difference. Because like Terran Highway, you start sort of like in the desert, then you go into sort of like a military base, and then you literally go through like a city because you go under the motorway, don't you?
Yeah, under the highway. Yeah.
Oh Jesus! Look at that.
Oh Jesus, you Lewis.
he's black, but he isn't black, Nathan. What else can I get?
What's that thing on the right?
That one, it makes you like a ghost or some sort. Do you want me to get it? It just weighs 2 hearts though. Actually, I can't be bothered. I've got this now. This is like really kind of powerful, but you charge it.
I was gonna say you look pretty cool anyway. So.
With my with my top hat and my devil horn.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that.
See, I don't know what I'm looking forward to most of all out of it for Battlefield 4.
I still think I need to wait for multiplayer because I mean, really, story. You remember your story in Battlefield 3? Yeah, I don't remember.
I played 3 missions.
Shit.
That's it.
Exactly, it was
I think
awful.
I played 3 missions. I got up to the jet mission because I thought it would let me practice flying a jet. Didn't get to fly it once, and then decided right, I'll play multiplayer instead. And then next time I came to do campaign, the game just kept freezing on the mission, so I couldn't play it.
I know.
I have another disc somewhere, so I can play it if I want to, and I'll probably do it before Battlefield 4 comes out. But you know, it wasn't the best campaign in the world.
It was
compared to Bad Company 2 anyway.
Yeah, well, Bad Company 2 wasn't exactly a good story, but the only reason it worked for me is because
of the characters.
The characters were actually quite funny, even though they're not perfect. They were enjoyable at least, and that's what made me go through it. It's like, but Battlefield took it too seriously, and it didn't work it serious enough because it was just boring. I was like, I don't care what I'm doing at all.
Well, I've got to admit, in the reveal trailer and in the this 17-minute gameplay,
yeah,
the characters did feel a lot more real to me. They felt like they had more personality.
Yeah, I can admit they did
3.
seem a lot better than like previously. Because previously, I can't actually remember any of the characters. I remember one was black, one and 2 of them were Russian or something like that, and I was just like, yay! I'm meant to be happy for these people.
That's it though. That's the first sign of bad character design if you can't even remember them.
Exactly. I just remember the scene where you're running off and you get like jets are attacking you and 2 of them die, and I was like, am I meant to care about this? Because I really, really don't. It's like
I don't even remember that. I didn't
exactly.
Even get that
It's like I don't care about these people. Why would I care about people? Oh shit!
Oh wow.
But yeah, I don't expect them to do the story any better. I mean, they said they're trying to employ more multiplayer things into the story, like controlling your squad and stuff like that. But I don't know
I
how
spotted
well
that in the gameplay. You could he told his squad to attack the troops and stuff, and it looked like they were suppressing them whilst he went round the back.
Yeah, but I can't see that exactly being useful, to be honest. Not like a game changer. It's not going to really make anything that important. Or like, wow, this is amazing, because like this has been in other games, and
yeah.
They should be suppressing fire anyway because they're firing at them. Excuse me.
You're not excused.
Oh, fuck you then. But as far as it goes for that story, I am not expecting anything good from it, to be honest. I mean,
I'm gonna reserve judgment. You never know, but I'm not I'm not expecting anything amazing.
Well, I mean,
but I do admit
when is the last? Think of the last first-person shooter game with a really, really good story. Exactly. I mean, the ones I can think of is Call of Duty 4, and then Bioshock, and that's it. That's all I can think of.
The thing with Bioshock though is, I'd say it was hard to stick in a genre.
Oh,
because I wouldn't say it was a first-person shooter, but it has first-person shooter elements.
It's a kind of first-person shooter RPG sort of thing, and I understand that, but I mean,
yeah,
it's still first-person shooter.
I get what you mean though. It had a really good
story. Very good story. I mean, people are gonna go, oh well, it's just System Shock. It's like, yeah, it is just System Shock. I never played System Shock, so I'm okay with that.
Exactly, that doesn't affect your opinion whatsoever. You know, I
still found the story very interesting. I mean, I think the greatest thing it had going for it was by far atmosphere. It had probably the best atmosphere. Oh, I just got puberty.
Oh, puberty.
Look, those little. Can you see the little hairs sticking out?
Yeah.
But yeah,
go on.
Mum's out already.
I thought that had killed you then. Ignore that. That's probably Carl.
But ask me what you're doing.
I can't even remember what I was going to say then.
We're talking about Bioshock.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, so I won't actually say the details. But I actually really liked the twist at the end, and that you could notice it the whole way through if you'd have picked up on it.
Would you kindly?
Yeah.
It's a really good sort of thing, and I was like, oh shit, I never noticed that. But yeah, it was. I thought so. That's what my problem with Bioshock 2 is like. Well, it had a problem, I think, gameplay-wise and story. Is that when you're going through Bioshock, you face big daddies, which are really intimidating enemies, I thought. But it's like you're a big daddy. It's like there's no threat almost.
Ignore that. That's still Carl. Yeah, well, I didn't play Bioshock 2, but we do own it, so I'll probably, if I get Bioshock
you gotta be joking.
Oh, fuck.
Do we continue, or do we stop?
I think we best call it that, actually. How long have we been recording?
I don't know.
We beat Mum, anyway.
Well, we beat Mum. I've completed it before, so sorry about that, folks. I was also shit. I was talking, but... Thanks for what. We had a good chat.
And I didn't get to share my hilarious story, but we can share it in another video. So
for next time. So thanks for watching, and see you next time on The Binding of Isaac with the EggBox. Good night.
See you next time, guys.
Hello, it's Eden here with a bit of post-commentary audio. Just saying, I apologise for not actually completing it, and I'm going to try it a few more times with Cain until I do it. If I don't, I'm going to move on to the next character and go on from there. As a little bonus to you guys, I'm going to add a little extra of me failing to do the intro of this video because our little dickhead Nathan couldn't stop laughing his little arse off. So enjoy that, and thank you very much for watching once more. Good night. Or goodbye, actually.
Isaac!
Don't do that.
What do you mean don't do that? That's the intro!
Nope, it's not going to be the intro, I'm cutting this out.
Isaac!
Fuck off. Okay, let me do it now, Nathan. Hello and welcome to the... Oh, fuck off, Nathan! You're ruining it now! Is this what we're going to do professionally, Nathan? Because this is terrible! I'm not working with you like this!
So much pressure! Right, I'll interrupt this time.
Fuck off! I can hear you like giggling to yourself, you twat.
Oh, we've got to have these as like bonuses or something at the end of the video.
I might have it like just the beginning, and then I'll just cut it to like the actual intro.
To the actual intro.
Let me start now.
I can't.
You're a wanker.
Okay. I'm calm.
Hello and welcome to the Binding of Isaac with the EggBox. With me, Nathan. No, I'm not Nathan. Oh, fuck off. We're starting this again now, Nathan, because of you.
No, that was good. Keep going. Going.
No, we're starting again now. Because you're a twat. Okay, shut up, Nathan. Bite your finger or something.
Right, okay.
Okay.
Go on.